Hey, welcome back, everybody. Going to be on the TRX again today. I am doing the Rambar. So the semi, I don't, the framed out. It's like a, it's not a hard cover, but it's got a frame. The tonneau cut to come off. I'll just probably sell it because it's not going to fit since it goes, past the edges. So this is going to come off, but I'm in the process of putting this together. So I got one side done, and if you get one of these, they come with this foam stuff stuffed in every pipe. So if you're gonna run wires through it for lights, you gotta pull them out. So the front bar is the bar that has the actual holes for the lights. So the back one's it's not solid, but there's no drilled holes for it because you are gonna mount the brackets to this front pipe. But when you slide these together, you're gonna take the closed end. There's like a opener end and like a more closed end there. That closed end part's gonna slide this way, and then once you get that on, these go in between on the inside there. All right. So all you gotta get first done is put these on. It's gotta get over this little lip where I said it's a little closed end. And then just line up the two holes in there with the holes. There's holes on both sides. That's close enough. So from there, you gotta slide these here, and you're just gonna line those holes up. Now I'm assuming this is gonna be harder. I don't know. I'm not really sure what they do other than fill up a gap, so that I guess so the rubber doesn't flop around. Because I don't know what else it would be for. So you want to get them pretty well lined up, and I'm gonna say pretty decently because now these two pipes are already attached to the other side. So I'm just thinking that lining it all up like 8 screw holes at the same time is gonna be real tougher than me doing the one side that I did already. Kind of get these. You can mess with these rubber pieces after you have to, but you just want these clear so that when I slide it on these tubes, I can get these bolts started. And surprisingly enough, it actually went pretty decent. And basically after this, let's go get the bottom screws in, but they're probably going to be pretty much lined up because if these are done, the other one should make it. So it's going to be easier here to have it on the floor. Do this part. 2 screws left. All of these are going to stay loose until it's actually on the truck, and we can get a feel for the width, because they are slotted so that you can, you know, slightly adjust it in or out. And what I might do, and what I probably will do, is once I get it all set on the truck for good, I will tighten the bolts, and then one at a time take them out and put blue Loctite on these. Okay, so all the screws or bolts are in, and they're not tight, but they're in. There's also these brackets here that you bolt on, and that little notch in the back of that bracket goes towards the back. And because there's a right and a left. So now I have to remove this tonneau cover, but in the front hole, these cutouts, I believe, have to be cut out. I think they're plugs right now, so I'll have to do that. And then there's templates to drilling holes for, it looks as if the holes are going to be bigger in the plastic, and then the smaller holes for the actual bolts that go through. Okay, I pretty much got the hard stuff done. So they give you these templates. Now, I know these have been done by just throwing the bar up there, but I decided to do it this way, just for show, I guess. But, so, they have you setting this here, lining it up with the plastic, and then you're going to drill your first hole. And then keeping this straight, you will move this to that hole now, and then now that's where your second hole is going to be. And then you move to that hole, line 3, and there you go, and it lines up with that. Then what I did was, now these are 27 millimeter holes based on my caliper. I did not have a 22 millimeter, so the 27s actually gives you a little leeway. So because when I actually put the bar up here and it dropped in all those holes, no problem, both sides. So what I did was I put the bar up there, and in these holes here, these little brackets on the side were dead center in there. And then I took a hole, or a punch, and I center punched all of those, and then drilled 5/16 holes. I took the bar off and drilled the holes. So now all I need to do now is put the bar back on. I think I'm going to drill that other hole. There's 2 holes supposed to be up here. So since everything else worked, I got all the bolts. I'm going to use everything. Anyway, set it up there, tighten everything down, and then there will be these side holes in the back that you can drill after the fact. Okay, so using the template they give you, I did the other side already, and I already drilled this side too, but you're going to line this hole up here and have this edge against the bed, and that's going to locate this hole. Now I see one guy said that did this in another video that he doesn't understand why he had to drill it, but this is super thin right here, and this is pretty thick. So This extra bolt, I'm sure, is because of the extra thickness here of the bed. So I'm going to take some black paint and kind of spray those drill holes, and then I'll be good to go to set it on there, and then it's basically just bolting it on. I mean, I got to drill. There's a side hole to drill. I don't know. It just goes into this hard plastic, so I don't even know if. I do know that when you put like a bed cover on or a tonneau cover, that this bolts in the way. And on my other truck, I just took it off, so I just was running with these 5. So I don't really see the point of this one, but I might just drill the hole, but I don't think it's needed. All right, so I almost forgot. Not a big deal, but it could help you, in the future, like when you go to put the lights on this thing. I ran, like in my other video, I did, lights, and I ran it through here, but I had to take the Rambar off because it already was on. But since I'm adding it, I don't have the lights yet, but I ran this wire through here, and it's coming out up there, and I'm just gonna like tape it up there until I get lights, and then I can push it back in. And then I have it running through. This is an existing plug, so I'm just gonna have this hanging inside there until I get ready, and I'll splice onto this. But this will just save me time down the road. But I would add this, especially if you don't have lights right away. This way you don't have to remove it. And then I went ahead and did 3/8 holes instead of the 5/16. Give me a little more play to get the top bolts in, but they did line up, but they were just slightly off. So I mean, just barely. So just a bigger hole would make a difference. All right, I skipped all the boring tightening bolts. So I did take all of these out. I snugged them, took one out at a time, and put blue Loctite on the top and bottoms. And using that template, that is some black paint. That upper bolt does fit perfectly fine, along with that bottom one with the big washer. So that top bolt is going through quite a bit thicker steel on the bed compared to where that big washer is. I am going to not drill this hole. I don't see a need for it. And like I said, when you put like a revolver bed cover on it, you got to take that bolt out anyway. So with these 3 bolts and those 2 up front, I mean, come on, it's not going nowhere. I'm gonna leave this hang. I'll probably get some lights soon. I don't know what I'm gonna put on there this time. But yeah, using the template, not bad at all. I mean, I use a template and this thing just dropped right on the top in those holes, no problem. And this way you're not lifting the bar up and down many times, putting it up there. Plus, when you set it up there, the bottom of this bar has these welded on like washers about a 1/2 inch thick, maybe 3/4. So when you set it up there, it's going to sit higher than it would until you drill those holes out. So yeah, that's that. So I know everybody knows what that looks like with the Rambar, but here it is, done. To me, it looks like it's supposed to now. It'll look even more like it's supposed to once I put my lights back on it. But it's like it's supposed to. So yeah, the templates work pretty good. I mean, you don't have to use them, and yeah, you could throw it up there, but it seemed to work out pretty well. Yeah, the only thing I gotta figure out is what kind of lights I want to put on it. Not really sure. I guess I gotta throw that up there. So yep, it's coming along. I don't know what I'm gonna do at the back yet. I really want to put the tire carrier back there because it kind of looks cool, but then it takes up the bed space. So I don't know if I get another truck maybe down the road. I'm gonna save it. I'm not gonna sell it. So, next will be some AFE air filters that I got. I don't know what's in it since I just got it. I'm not sure what the previous owner did with it, but I'm thinking it's probably because of how many bolts hold that cover on. People probably don't mess with it too much. So, like, I don't know, the dealer, I don't know if they dug into it. So that's what I got for this Rambar. So I'm happy with the way it looks, and we'll catch you on the next one.